We have. I need that physician to get over there. Okay, so I need you to get in there like right now. 506 culture per turn puts me at second to last. 336 science per turn puts me at last. It's okay. We're closing in. Closing in on the modern era. I want to try, one scientifically, I want to try to win culturally, but that's going to be nigh impossible because they're going to steal all the relics or all the artifacts.
The real use of
gunpowder! Now nobody can really start a war with me because my military technology is just as advanced. Culture would be good. Culture. Let's get another. Yeah. Just get your happiness up. So it's win-win. Not doing future tech. I will do. Let's see. We'll do anything that increases the yields. We'll do that. Let's do a menagerie of +8. This would increase. Ready? I guess I can build up a naval fleet. Swordsman. I need my physician in here. Come on, hurry up. Splash your magic dust. That's science. I treated him. Are you at the place? You haven't left the place. Alrighty. Now that the disease there has been treated, we gotta watch out to see where it spreads next. Get out of there. Get out. Okay. Okay, Ben Franklin likes me now. Do you have anything? I don't have any room for anything, right? Let's get some cotton in there. Yeah. And that one I can get some more culture. 91 culture, wow. You are not at war with anybody, are you? Alright, I don't have to be aligned with you, I just have to be friendly with you. I'm looking at here. Because you have wine, yeah, you should probably just settle out there. I have the money for it. Let's buy a settler. Kind of settle here. Get the gypsum. Get the vino. Get the production. All right, more food. You don't have anything right now. Eesh, oh my stats went down.
The map was a Model 4.
Okay. Not doing future tech. Let's get some more culture and culture buildings. Jeez. And I should get another physician. Yeah, wait, I have a physician here, don't I? Where's my other physician? I have one all the way here. Ah, boy. It's gonna be a problem. You're gonna have to kind of leave on your own. All right. I can start repairing everything. The disease has been treated. And let's just finish all your buildings. Alrighty. Aha! There you go. Get out of there. I don't have another... No. Oh, wait, you. Move. Get in there. Treat this place. All the great works have been displayed. I could put more up. Oh. Put that back in there. Everybody likes me, but you're all at war with one another, so I'm going to try to tap out of this one. Knock that off. All right. Anybody dying over here? Of lay plague? Looks like it's infecting everybody. I have to get my settler out of there as soon as possible because the disease will take him. I don't know why I can't get my walls up here. Just have to wait for it to disperse. But I want to get this settlement down as fast as possible because I only have about 5 or 6 more turns before this era is over. I'm not going to get an economic golden age, but I'm in a standard or almost golden age for everything other than culture, and culture is the golden age. I can't put any physicians
When monks are righteous, Rajas are righteous.
I can't put any of my physicians in anybody else's cities.
Brahmins and householders are righteous.
Direction towards training cavalry units. Science on each science adjacency. 1 settlement limit. Yeah, and then it's going to go work itself out. Because you're at war. You don't want to be nice to each other. Yeah, I am way behind on this one. Bureaucracy. No, I'm staying neutral. Not much of an army to help you with anyway. Go out there. Please move faster. Sprinkle your fairy dust. 100 culture. I mean, you're having quite the fight. I'm not going to argue with that. And here I thought that was water. Oh boy. Should get close to the niter then. I don't know where else I can settle. Because they've taken every last... I mean, you can't give the computer a second. Alright. Guess more medieval walls would work. Next stage, I was going to say, isn't that the next stage? Okay, how much more do I have? I need 9 more. It's not going to happen. It should be over now. It's still there. Oh, here we go. Okay, you're done with it, so let's go. Why can't you get any... Can you get any walls? No, you're not really done with it, it's still going on, but... Please get out of there, man. Thank you. Pixie dust. All right. This is. It is what it is. Okay, I mean, I could put. I mean, ooh, you're taking a hit. Get some more walls up. A 7-2 in isn't bad. Got to put it there, though. Hold on. Let's get settled here, and then we can kind of go in this. Get some vino. Make you a rifleman. Oh! You did the smart thing. Oh, no, wait, that's right. That's where you are. My fault. Yeah, this guy is still stuck in here. Is he? Where is he? That's why I settled there for the cocoa. Yeah, he's still stuck in there. Just chilling. Can't get out. Physician. Looks like it's still going on over there. Oh, modern era. I didn't get it. All right, modern era. Well, there we go. Don't I get a cutscene? I didn't get a cutscene? What? Cultural expansionist, military diplomatic. Russia seems more up my alley. What do we got with Russia? +1 culture on districts and cities, +1 science in districts and cities in tundra. That's definitely good for me. Yeah, let's go with Russia.
The Velikaya Dusha, the great Russian soul, emerges upon the world with its unquenchable appetite for knowledge, poetry, and conquest.
Alright, anyway. I like to be in last and everything again. I have a lot of gold. I have everyone's neutral, I think, for some reason. Except for 3 of you. Okay, I don't really want militaristic. I'm getting an expansion at this point. Okay. 2 signs for every tropical tile in other civilizations. I don't even know if... Every relic? Well, yeah. Definitely diplomatic. I'm not going to change the capital. Well, you know, I want to change it back to the original one. Okay. So now... a Japanese woman's leading Russia. Makes sense to me. More happiness. That would be nice, but I have to do that. Economic, every tech mastery. I don't have that many in distant lands. Let's go for trade route. Let's do 10% growth rate in cities. And let's do constructing buildings would be nice. Why can't I do constructing buildings? There we go. And science in each quarter, and 1 science in settlements for each resource surrender. Okay. Seems pretty good. I shall get the Grosser. Overbuild on the university. Why aren't you happy? Oh, because you don't have this. What's wrong with this? Who needs the most happiness? But aren't you... Wait, isn't it... Hold on. Yeah, you need a fishing quay. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, you. That is happy then. Well, it's the most I can do for you. Sorry. I gotta get those trade routes back out. Well, hold on. Let me do this. Let me get a fishing quay. Connect you somehow. Granary. Let's do that. Okay. And we're going to start with I would start with academics. Military science, academic. I mean, the steam engine is going to give me trades, though, so let's just do that. And we're going to go with history. Let's put these policies in. Specialists. Marine. And next we're going to get a city park here. Temple, you got it. All right. Get my very strapped army to just relax. I should still have a fleet commander, should I not? Just keep you all here. There's my fleet commander. We'll keep you there. Okay. So let's make you a city again. Okay. Let's get my old cities back. You're still a city. Let's make you a city again. And I gotta figure out where I'm gonna get my last city. Or another city. Let's go to City Park. Just that. We gotta get some happiness in these places. Okay, so you are connected now. That's great. This is if you have a rail station, so I'll just put that in there. Can't do anything with that. And you need a stonecutter, so get that, please. Alright, well now everybody that is friendly with me gives me plus 12 science. Let's see where all the independents show up. Okay, there's one. Helsinki is a military one. Is there one that is up? There's cultural. It's probably going to cost me about, there's another military. We got militaries. No scientific. There's no, it's okay. Let's try to get the cultural one as soon as possible. Totally. No problem with that. Okay, the government is going to be Elective Republic. Okay, economic. We don't have any scientific that I can see. Let's go with... Let's start with the cultural one. Where are you? Okay, it's 340 per. Hey, baby. Yo. And my loves don't like me for some reason. What kind of oil do I have? I don't think I have that much. I don't think I have any, really. Shouldn't I be enlarging this town here? I mean, I'm competitive with the yields. In fact, I have more culture per turn than Xerxes. So we just got to build up on that. That would make it... I have 16 settlement slots. I have no room for anything, though. Come on, ladies. You don't like me? What happened? Get Helsinki. That'll increase my production. Okay, I have oil here. I can expand it to that, I think. Two oil. That empowers my Crusaders with my cavalry units. So if everybody is friendly with me, I'll get plus 60 science this turn. Right now I'm down 24. I just need 24 more science and I'll be ahead of Ben Franklin at this stage. But Shetsuit and my beloved Isabella are not digging me right now. Got to do something about this. Let's get Helsinki in my corner. The modern era is very unpredictable. You never know what they're going to do to you. They can attack you. They can turn on you. They can do a lot of different things. Yeah, isn't it funny how that happens? Okay, so let's go like this. Friend you, and now I'm just going to try to get friendly with everybody around me. You need walls. Get a stone cutter out. Okay, you are pretty much up to speed. Why are you not expanding? I mean, you are, but I'm not building anything here. All right, so the attempt is going to be winning scientifically or culturally. I'm not even sure what kind of points I have. At this stage, I have to build a lot of science buildings to get my stuff. Now, the updates make me wonder, will the computer be aggressively seeking victory, or is the computer going to sit back and let me do all the work? That's always the wonder that I have here. Speaking of wonders, I'd like to get some. This is all tundra, is it not? Should be getting more science, or more culture, I think. Man, Catherine with this in tundra would be amazing. Okay, there you go. It's a lot of production. Oof. That's even more production. And your specialization should be... I think you're not really a hub. That wouldn't work. Do an urban center. While I'm at it, why don't I give you another order? This is barely connected. We'll just say fishing. might want to turn you into a city. Even though that's a city. This is not, but it's not really good. That isn't. It's not really all that good either. I mean, the growth rate is not high because of the fact that I'm in tundra. Oh, we got a lot of oil here. My Corsairs would get a +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. +5 right there. If somebody wanted to start a war with me, we were uneven ground. My Corsairs could almost stem the tide. There we go, Isabella. That's better, my beloved. And your 1,000 gold per turn at this stage of the game. And just get those merchants out first. And that's that. Let's get a... You could use a... Is there anything that's available for me to do? Cossacks are pretty impressive. What was their thing in this game? Let's go to City Park. Oh, we build on the observatory. Okay, you can get a City Park. Let's keep everybody happy here. Overbuild on the Guild Hall, on the Armorer. For me. What is your production anyway? 69. It's not great. 5 oil, 1 rubber. Okay. Let me look at my legacy points. So I am in 3rd. I'm 2 behind the leaders. As if I wanted to go that route, which I don't. I want to win without any reasonable doubt. Oh, not yet for the errors. Be back in a sec. Okay. As long as it's not a denouncement, of course, my beloved. 0 influence lost. Let's do the culture one for now. And we'll take plus gold from specialists. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm totally aware of that. This thing pretty much blew up. I should probably make that a city. Sure it can produce something or other. At 309, culture per turn, not bad. St. Petersburg. I am curious as to see what would happen in the updated version of this, or upgraded version of this, if I can get my hands on the Switch 2. Because as I said, if I can, day one, I'm going to upgrade this. I'm just going to start streaming it and everything. So I would like to see if it moves faster, if I can get the music the whole time. And I'm sure it's going to look cleaner, but I'm just wondering if it could process faster. Come on, Head Chef Suit. Let's see those thumbs up. Let's go, baby doll. We've been allies for so long. I mean, granted, we didn't end that way in the last era because you were at war with everybody, but you know. I wasn't playing favorites. Once we get the traders out, I'm sure I can get my alliances back. Really don't have an army. Somebody starts a war with me. I could potentially get the technology to meet them, but I definitely don't think I can beat them. Especially with the armies they build. Deity just keeps printing out units constantly, like 3D printers. Okay. Do I want... Oh yeah, that's right, it's mountain time. That's why these things look so good. Specialization could also be the urban center. And they'll get even more intense as the game progresses. All right. Let's see. Come on, Chepsuit. You can do better than this. Research. There we go. I just didn't go to war with you, that's all. It's the big deal. I'm going peaceful. Oop, time for my explorers. Does anybody finish with the... Yep, there you go. Get a couple of projects done quick, and then get my explorers out. I'm pretty sure I didn't get them out before anybody else. It's also time for the merchants, so we can get more factory resources. I mean, turn 10, that's probably the fastest I've ever had at this game so far. Himiko of Wei is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Still haven't gotten a scientific golden age. I mean, at all. Beishi? What's up, B?
Cross the sea like a bird.
All right.
Soon shall thy
Yes.
afar
How you doing
drag
there,
the
B?
slow barge or drive the rapid car.
Let's start doing this. Okay, there's my culture. Take everything at full value because it's zero influence. I love your Chepsuit. Now then, with this we can go academics. I want to go academics. I want to build some science buildings. This, so we have to go natural history plus. Museum is available. Let's get an explorer. 7 turns it will take. Yeah, hold on. Let's do this. How much is a merchant at this point? 160. Let's get one from you. Let's get one from you. Let's get one over here. Okay, that should cover me for the first few moments. Ooh, pay week. It's a lot of work. Tomorrow I have to go back to my wonderful job. I only have to do 4.5 hours. Like, I only have to do 4, but it's 4.5 hours for me. Because I make it 4.5 hours. And the company hasn't complained yet, so. But I was looking because I have to upgrade my capture device finally. And Elgato has a 4K one for like $229. There's one that's just 60 frames, full 1080, and then there's one that's 4K. Now I'm hoping my computer doesn't burn out trying to record it and process it. But we'll see. Can I afford? No. Okay, let's just see. Get those mountains, baby. Oh, right. I do want a museum. We're going to have to get some more explorers. This Daha doesn't even have a granary. I can make you a fishing town. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much overtime. It's you know, we work on hourly basis. So it's sort of like whatever half hour extra or an hour and a half extra per week they give me would more or less be hour and a half or whatever of somebody else calling out. It's just like I go in there early just so I can, you know, help out the people that I'm working with and everything. Yeah, so it's not like I'm taking advantage. It's just I am in a way, but it's not like I'm doing anything the company would shun. Like when I was working salary, I had to take days off. I need more happiness in places. I'm not getting any factory resources though. Yeah, I mean, I love my staff, but a lot of them just don't show up. Like they'll get call outs or get people that are trying to, you know, get coverage and everything. And then I go in there early to help out who's leaving. And sometimes I'm just stuck late because I'm working on something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's another thing is a lot of people, it's so funny when, oh, there we go. Okay, thumbs up. There's my culture. Okay. I have that conversation with one of my friends who's older, and he talks about how, you know, the whole thing with the United States, how it's all about opportunity and working hard and everything. I'm going, the concept that the United States has people working hard because they're motivated by advancement is just ridiculous because they're the laziest people here. You know, so it's not completely the fault of everybody, especially when you do skeleton crew graveyard shifts. But most of the people here will just sit around and do nothing. So I'm really upset because apparently I paid $120 for car insurance that didn't get to my insurer and it still came out of my bank account. Like, I don't know what the hell happened there. All right. Let's do an improved trade route. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's form an alliance. There we go. Okay, now we're talking. Let's get these alliances back. Don't fight each other, which is going to happen over ideologies. So, I mean, it's... Whatever you've heard about the United States on YouTube or whatever, it doesn't touch anything as to what really is going on in this place. It is what's been always this place. It is beneath human standards. The only people you hear on YouTube are the people that have money. They buy their popularity here, or they got here so early before anybody knew that it was even a thing, that they were able to reap the benefits. And not to mention, too, that they have a lot of connections. They know people. So if they say, hey, I'm making a channel, you know, they got, oh, I'll do the Instagram, I'll do the social network. Like, they get all these people that are willing to work. And then they get all the people that are hearing about it that they're going to subscribe, they're going to get their friends to subscribe. You know, it's like starting a business from zero. You have no chance. Starting a business from like, you know everybody, you've been in it for a while. You know, that's the only chance you have here anyway. Working hard doesn't mean anything. No, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted the Niter one. Oh. Wait, I don't have a Niter one. That's the wrong city. My fault. The social question that I could do serfdom. Let me see. I have to get to hegemony, so I want to kind of do this quick. Modernization. I could go for another... How long would it take you? 6 turns? Let's get another explorer out here. And you, I think you could... Are you a hub? I don't think you're too much of a hub. I think you can be an urban quarter as well. You get as much science and culture per turn as I can. You got a lot of quarters. Sit there for a sec. You know, that's why I've been doing this for a very, very long time, and I've gotten nowhere out of it. And to make matters better and worse at the same time, the only comments I get on my videos, since that also helps with engagement and whatever, now the only comments I get are these spam comments involving Bitcoin and whatever. So I'll be doing a Let's Play of, you know, I'm doing Xenoblade Chronicles X now. And the first thing I see is, hey, you make a great point. By the way, I'm going, what point? I mean, I did make some points in my commentary, but what are you talking about? This is not an opinion piece. I'm not giving you any kind of like, you know, ideology or whatever. I'm just talking while I'm filling space doing whatever I'm doing, you know. And then it just goes into this whole thing about US dollars and other terminology I don't even know, and I'm like, what is this? And this happens every few videos. It's like on Twitter, every day on Twitch, I mean, not Twitter, Twitch, every night on Twitch when I'm streaming, I'll get this, hey, for cheap viewers, I get this every single time. And I keep banning him, and I keep banning him, and they keep slipping through. And like with that one, I went to YouTube, and I reported them and everything, and I blocked them and everything, and all I got out of it was a loss of a subscriber. I say, you know what? Whatever. Can't keep doing this. So it's like I'm getting these comments, you know, for people that just started and don't have this, like that. Those are the comments I'm getting. Don't take Helsinki out, please. Come on. What is that doing to you? You're going to settle there? There's nothing you can do with that. Just leave Helsinki alone. Try to become suzerain of them. So yeah, it's like after all these years of work and strife and dealing with people in a way that I would prefer not to and everything, this is where I'm at now. Like I just started this channel 5 minutes ago. Like I'm an affiliate on Twitch, and it's like I just started my Twitch affiliation, or not even my Twitch journey, as they say, 5 seconds ago. It's very, very reassuring. You were a city, were you not? I can make you a hub town. I'm probably gonna make you a city again, though. No, wait, you're terrible. I don't want to make you a city. You can't even populate. Here. Some of that. I mean, these are some serious styles. Well, we are in the modern era. We could use some food and happiness. All right, let me get a merchant out here. See if I can get something. Well, Ben Franklin is right there. So if I get a merchant here, go right to him. Oh yeah, no, they definitely do. That's why I'm doing everything I can to just find a way. Sometimes a video breaks through. I mean, typically it's anything that's like sexualized. That's why I say mature Let's Plays. But they totally pick and choose. It's always the suburbanites, the gated community types. They want everyone saying the same thing. They don't want anyone like differentiating their opinions or their concepts. the ones from the United States, the ones outside the United States, they don't really have that much control over. That they get popular because of, country, camaraderie, because of whatever. And a lot of them are good. A lot of them are really good. But the ones here in the United States, no, we're completely sanctioned. We've got to say the right things. We have to know the right people. That's just how it is here. And like that, for instance, like I've lived my whole life. We were poor when I was a kid. We got to like a low middle class maybe. Single mother, broken home and all that stuff. And I got nothing out of anything I did. They don't want to hear that. They don't want people to talk about that. What they want is they want everyone to talk about like the only problem is leftists and right wingers. Like that's all they want, anyone knowing. Liberal this and leftist that and wokeness and anti-woke. That's all they want. That's all the United States wants you to talk about. Hide you from the facts. Do I have? Not really. Okay, finally. All right, let's see. Do I have any place that I can just dig? Yep, mountains right there. Right in the Grand Canyon. To me, the explorer mechanic, it's not as bad as the rock band mechanic. The rock band mechanic is just garbage. Like the whole cultural victory in 6 is something that would make me not want to play 6. If that was the only way you can win, I would never play 6. Because the whole cultural thing, as much as I know it makes no sense to me. You get 80,000 culture on a rock band playing, and it gives you like 5 tourists. You're going, what? And just how the deity computer keeps building up their tourism, it's just such a pain. It's just such a pain. But with this, it makes a lot more sense. The only problem is you have to get to hegemony. You have to max out natural history and then max out hegemony to be able to even get some of these things. Because then you could simply scoop them up off the ground or whatever. But until then, you're just sending these explorers all over the place to get nothing. So it's so anti-climactic. But listen, this game is so much better than 6. It's so much more fun. It's so much more intuitive and engaging. I'm so glad that they went the route they did. I really am, because it's so much better. I like 6. I love 6. Don't get me wrong. But now that I've been playing this, I can't play 6.
Now is the time to understand more, so that we may...
Well, you see, here's my thing. Like, if you want to put a woman in a starring role, all right, fine. Put a woman in a star. I don't care. I'm not offended by that. I'm not offended by anything involving people's sexual preferences or sexual conceptions. I don't care. That's not my business. It's not my business at all. I'm in no place to tell anyone what's right, what's wrong. That's not my business. You want to live that life? I'm giving you facts. You want to live that life, you live that life. It's just so phony. The United States is so phony. They try to act like they are so engaged in everybody's personal issues, and you're just lying. You're just lying. You're just trying to act like you're the uncool dad trying to act like the cool dad. You're just trying so hard to be so into it when you don't know jack about reality. And that's the thing about the United States that I just can't tolerate. Everything is based off these rich jackasses that have never earned a dime in their lives, demanding that it is whatever their issues are. What was your issue? Well, when I was a kid, we had X, Y, and Z. So that's got to be everyone's problem. It's like every time they overcharge something, every time they make things too expensive. It's like they have this peon perception of everybody else. Like, well, you should want to buy this or whatever from us because we're so much better than you. And oh, by the way, that's not really that expensive. Yeah, not for you because you're rich. And they just make it seem as though everybody lives that life. Like when you see every commercial in the United States, it's always like this working woman in man pants and a man suit, whatever, and she's got this family and they have this big house. Like, no, that's not the reality of the United States. I'm sorry to tell you, okay? Majority of the people here are suffering, barely able to get by. The majority of the United States financially is impoverished, not even poor. And they just want you to know about that elite 5 or 6%. That's all they want you to know, because out of 340 million people, 6% is what? A few million people. So there you go. It's like, oh, look, that's everybody. No, everybody is living in collapsing, dilapidated squalors with no like hope for improvement. You got like rats running around people's houses. You got food's too expensive, so you have to buy this processed junk all the time. You can't farm your own food. And then you have these rich people that make business off of like, hey, we'll sell you food, we'll sell you meals, we'll sell you food. Why can't I just buy it at the supermarket? I got to spend $300 a month for it? All right, I'll be back in a sec. Sorry, B. I had to get these disgusting warped carrots. But anyway, so what we were talking about, right? I'll give you for instance. So I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, re-released. And you got characters like Elma and Arena. And yeah, it's cartoonish. But these are strong, militant women. Yeah, no, it's disgusting what it is here. Midwest is completely shot. My friend says you want to see a third world country, go to the Midwest. But, you know, as to what you were talking about. So Elma, Arena, you know, nice to look at, amazing bodies. You can put them in bikinis and everything, right? No big deal. Lynn, you would say, is like a Mary Sue. She can cook, she can do technology. She's 13 and everything like that. Still very feminine, high-pitched voice. No, you know, not being all like tough. You look at the game that Microsoft just released. The chick is flat-chested. She's got tattoos. She's got a nose ring. And she's got to be all, you know, incapable of flaws. Or the one from Assassin's Creed Shadow, or the new one. They have to employ some semblance of, you know, sexuality in a way. You know, it's just it's ridiculous, right? I guess I can play. I mean, there's no really. It's a military. I'm not interested in the military. There you go, free commander. I get a free line. We'll do a free commander upgrade. You never know. I don't have one. You know, you're just saying, like, why can't you just make women strong and beautiful? What's the problem? Japan does it. Yeah, and here's another thing. What's with the dreadlocks? Everybody has to have dreadlocks now? You know, Yasuke is... We're talking about feudal Japan in, like, the 1500s. They didn't even have dreadlocks. How's he got big dreadlocks all over the place? What is with that hairstyle? The chick from that one? It's like the only hairstyle anybody gets. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's so phony. It's like this attempt to act like, well, you see, we are so in tune with everything. No, you're not. You don't have a clue what you're doing. So stop trying. But you see, like, with that, the problem that I have is then people, like, try to extend that to, like, everything Marvel makes. I'm going, guys, if we're talking about TV and cinema, Marvel's all you got. I'm sorry to tell you that. You know, it's all you got. It's disturbing, it's disgraceful, but nobody can make a legitimate movie anymore. Nobody can write a legitimate story anymore. And most of it's because they always have to appease these rich kids that just want to see everyone that they like. Well, I don't like the characters, but what I care if you don't like the characters, it doesn't mean it's a bad movie. You liking characters doesn't mean it's bad or good. Nope, didn't go for it. Alright. We'll send more merchants to you, okay? Like, I can't stand that whenever, you know, it's Nostalgia Critic or it's CinemaSins, whatever. Who am I supposed to root for? This isn't baseball, dude. You don't root for anybody. There's a story being told here. You have to understand what they're trying to say. And if that's what they're trying to say, hey, I like this person, but then they're bad at telling stories. Like, Marvel is the only company that, for the most part, makes stories. Legitimate stories. And because of their own decisions in certain specifics and elements, they're woke, so everything they make is trash. So you see, like, that's where I have to draw the line. I just tell facts. You want to pull all that empowering bullshit and everything, go ahead, I don't care. As long as what you're doing is good. If you make a video game, or you want everyone to be an empowering woman or whatever, cool. Just as long as it's fun. If it sucks, then it sucks. I don't care what your political message was supposed to be. Like, you see this game, pretty much every female leader is really nice to look at. You pick one, you pick a civilization, you go from there. You build up your cities, you see if you want to go military, you see if you want to do that. It's just simple, basic, fun. That's all it is. Problem solving, competitive, it's all you need. Every Nintendo game, same thing. What's the object of the game? X, Y, and Z. Cool. Let's do it.
What does not add up in numbers becomes illusion.
You can skip cutscenes. You can just go for the damn game. You don't have to worry about all that bullshit with them trying to tell a story. Every time I see a game where it's like, it starts off with, here's my story, I go, oh, God. Like, even the original Ninja Gaidens of the Nintendo Entertainment System that I played, even they just, with the cutscenes, the gameplay was what was most important, not the damn story. If you were trying to get deep into a Ninja Gaiden story, one, you were fighting aliens. Whatever, I don't have anyone going to Isabella, huh? I need someone to go to what's his name? I need someone to go to everybody, really. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, man. All these popular guys, they can boycott Nintendo. They can do all they want. More room for me. Don't get a Switch 2. I'll be able to get mine easy. And oh, by the way, Nintendo with this kind of technology is going to knock this thing out of the damn park. It's going to be ridiculous. I can't guarantee that it's going to sell out constantly and it's going to make them. I mean, I think it'll sell the most consoles ever. But I could be terribly wrong with that. Even so, we're going to have one hell of a ride. Like, I would be surprised with a third-party support and everything. I would be surprised if it doesn't just fucking explode. I would be surprised. And really, you want to get a Steam Deck and play it docked, $600+. You want to get an Xbox Series One XA Z PR Pro, $600 something. You want to get a PS5 Pro, $700. Complain about a $459 console you can play docked, portable, and use as a mouse? Sorry, I'm not listening to you. Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best console ever. Guaranteed. Now, is that going to translate to selling 150 million consoles? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Even Donkey Kong Bonanza, I didn't even know they were working on that. Don't forget the things they didn't announce that I heard of. Ocarina of Time re-released. That may or may not be true, but it's a rumor that they're re-releasing Ocarina of Time. Splatoon 4. Another Super Smash Brothers with like Sony and Microsoft mascots. I'm talking Kratos, Spyro, I'm talking everybody in this. Like these are things I've seen and what appeared to be legitimate Nintendo announcements. There we are. So, I mean, right now it's $459. I mean, the whole thing with the tariffs is just to get corporations more money. What's going to hurt is when people scalp them for like $800. That's what's going to hurt. For a while. The only way Nintendo can ruin this is if they don't make enough. But I think the problem with that when it came to the Switch 1 was because the Wii U didn't sell at all, really. Like, it only sold 20 million, so I don't think they were going to, like, shoot the gun and be like, oh, yeah, let's make 800,000 of these, and no one bought them. This one, I think they can pretty much determine that people are going to buy them. All right. I can get more alliances.
Confuse your enemy.
I have these things being announced
about your
to me.
intentions.
Like, I'm going to put it to you like this when it comes to the Switch 2. Okay? I was done done, finished, finito. When it came to From Software games, I was done, and I know you know where I'm going with this. Completely over with them. I was tired of the format. I was tired of the obsession with them. I was tired of everything involving From Software. I was even going to make a video about how From Software is overrated. Yeah, I'll tell you where it's going to really sell. Japan. Japan is going to fucking explode. They won't have to worry about tariffs there. It'll be a home console. That thing's probably 400 yen, like 400,000 yen, which is like $300. It's probably going to explode in Japan. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. But I was done with From Software games, finished. I wanted nothing to do with them. I was going to make a video about how they're overrated and everything like that, especially with all the talk of their previous... I know there were 2 DLC packages, right? Now, to be fair and to be honest, I used to love From Software games. I did. And I used to love Souls-like games and stuff like that. I was part of it. I was a mark. But to just show you what kind of person I am and how much I love Nintendo and stuff like that, I wanted nothing to do with Elden Ring. I wanted nothing to do with From Software. Until I saw in one of these sneak peeks that came before the reveal that Elden Ring was a game on the Switch too. Then I was like, let me go back and watch that, and let me go back and buy that. And then when I found out that they had an exclusive on the Switch too, and I love that Duskblood, the final thing you see is only for the Nintendo Switch 2. I went, now they're making exclusives for the Nintendo? I said, okay, I'm a big From Software fan again, so now I'm going to get Elden Ring with all the DLC, and I'm going to get Duskblood when it comes out. That's what the Switch 2 has done. Street Fighter 6 I was going to get anyway. Street Fighter 6 was something, I'm a Street Fighter guy, I'm a Mortal Kombat guy. Maybe now with this new console, Mortal Kombat won't suck on the Nintendo console. I'm totally all about the Mortal Kombat and the Street Fighter. That's been since I was a teenager. That's, Street Fighter 2, that never will go away. I played the first Mortal Kombat. I played every Mortal Kombat on console, like base Mortal Kombat, numbered Mortal Kombat. I played like Armageddon. I played like so many Mortal Kombat games. When they say Mortal Kombat's coming out, I go, all right, I'll get it. And now with the Switch 2, hopefully, which I need day one, but hopefully I'll get it day one. With the Switch 2 now, as I said, the technology should be enough that they can play any Mortal Kombat game. I don't know if I can get anything from there, because you're digging, it would tell me I can't. Is there any other, okay, there we go. Just find them. But I'm definitely getting Street Fighter 6. No other way around that. And by the way, the people that want to talk of the scam and all this stuff, like these people boycott Nintendo, they're stealing your money, everything. What about Street Fighter 6 or Street Fighter in general? How many times do they have $15 editions, $15 updates? You pay $12, $10, $8 for new characters and everything, or you have to grind online like a son of a bitch just to get new characters and everything, so that in about a year or two, they release the game with all the characters for like $60. So you spent like I keep saying, even this game, I didn't have to buy the Founders Pack. I didn't have to. I wanted to get it beforehand. I wanted to make sure I got all the DLC and everything that I would have to buy separately for $15 at a piece. So I spent $140 on this game to get a decent but not a great polished version of the game. It's still playable. It's still the game. I'm still having a great time. So now I have to spend another $15 or whatever it is to get the upgraded version on the Switch 2. Okay, so I spent $160 on this game, probably $170. Where's the outcry on that? How come Nintendo is the fraud? How come Nintendo is stealing your money? How come they have the cheapest console still? To this day, it's cheaper than a PS5. It's cheaper than an Xbox Series One. To this day, it's cheaper than getting another, Radeon graphics card for your PC and installing it or whatever. To this day, it's still pretty much either the same price or cheaper. So what is the problem? Well, it's just people spouting out stupidity because there's an anti-Nintendo bias. Everyone's PC this and PC that online and everything, because obviously it's PC, it's online. And they're just trying to make news. Remember when... What was her name? Helene... I forgot her last name. The original Bayonetta voiceover actress. Remember when she was telling everyone to boycott Bayonetta 3 because they nixed her out of a deal? They were underpaying all the voiceover actresses and actors and everything, and they replaced her with one of the most popular, well-known, famous United States-based voiceover actresses in... What's her name? Oh, God. In Jennifer Hale to replace... But I kept saying, it's kind of weird when Jennifer Hale took your place. It's not like it was some no-name scrub that, it's Jennifer freaking Hale. Widowmaker, Ash, female shepherd. It's Jennifer Hale. So obviously something's amiss here in this story. And everybody was jumping all over, you got to ban Nintendo, you can't buy Bayonetta 3, Nintendo scumbags, Nintendo this, that. And then suddenly that came out and people just became quiet. There we go. I'm going to wait on you there, Napoleon. Let's get some more merchants out. This is why I don't listen to this shit. I don't listen to this. Like, there was a video boycotting. Why? And then as I said, okay, go ahead. Give me a better opportunity to get it. I don't care. Don't play it. Give me more, viewers on YouTube. Yeah, no, dude, Sony is a fucking joke, all right? First of all, their hardware is dog shit, so every time you buy one of their consoles, whatever, you're going to have to buy a replacement or get it fixed. So, they're full of it. Their controllers break when you friggin' fart near them. Like, everything about them, it costs money. On top of that, they released a PlayStation 5, which was nothing more than a glorified PlayStation 4. And then they released a PlayStation 5 Pro, which was nothing more than the glorified PlayStation 4 too. There's not one game on PlayStation 5 that is exclusive to PlayStation 5 that you couldn't play on PlayStation 4. There's not one. And then they re-release Last of Us because so many people on the internet say it's the greatest game of all time. I played it once. I was like wowed by the graphics and all that and the acting performance. I played it again. I was like, all right, when is this shit over? It's just a mediocre third-person shooter. And then they re-release it, and everyone made a big deal about it. Oh, no, they completely restructured. It's the same fucking game, dude. And then they re-released 2, which during the ridiculous lockdown, everybody was just bashing as to it being the worst game they've ever played. And this is all they do. They just re-release games and then make consoles to re-release them again. That's not a fraud? How about all these games on PC that like $30, $40 a pop, $20 a pop, whatever, that like within 2 weeks, everyone's streaming it on Twitch, and within 2 weeks, it's completely forgotten. Or all these games that are quote-unquote free to play, or even the games that aren't free to play, that you have to spend how much money to just get like decent shit. Like the scam artists are not the ones that are making $80 games that you have a fully polished working product right out of the gate. And if you're complaining that it's expensive, guess what? Welcome to fucking reality. Everything is too expensive. You know what a car costs? You know what it costs just to like buy a pair of shoes? You know what it costs to buy a coat? Like everything is too fucking expensive. You're going to kill Nintendo for it? They didn't make it that way. You want to call them sleazy business? Guess what? That's business, baby. Welcome to the real world. Everyone's a sleazy scumbag. That's how it works. Do I defend it? No. But to make it seem like Nintendo's the only one doing it because of this new console, sorry, I can't. But like I said, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't go pre-order it. Leave it alone. I'll take care of it. Let me get mine day one like I didn't get the Switch or the Wii. And then, let me do all the videos and the reviews and everything. I'll take care of all that. You guys do your thing. You PC up as much as you can. Go ahead. No, not Xbox. Sony, they did call out Sony for the PlayStation 5 Pro. There were a few that did. I'm not going to lie. Because that was a charlatan shit. Like, that was just complete garbage. You're going to charge people $700 for a console that is no different. Like, here's the thing I'm going to ask. Because my friend who's a physician was saying that, or it might have even been you, said that you can't your eyes can't really gather anything moving faster than like 60 frames per second. So all this 120 frames per second, even though the Nintendo Switch 2 is bragging about it, your eyes are barely going to notice, all right? Like, you're not. Okay, now I have a 4K television. I have a 4K television. I can see everything. It's 55 inches. I can see everything ridiculously clear, right? Everything. It was on this television that I started noticing, oh, this is why people said Bloodstained Ritual of the Night wasn't good on the Switch, because it was just choppy as hell. I don't know why, but it was. And everything is like crystal clear, 100 and whatever frames per second. It looks no different than anything at 60 frames per second. It really does not look any different. You want to brag about it, you want to talk about it, cool, whatever. It doesn't look any different, okay? So at some point, 8K, 200 frames, at some point it's going to have to stop. The graphical production and processing has to hit a ceiling. It just has to. Because even if you try to brag, it was like, you know, Sega Genesis bragging about like their burst processing or whatever, which was just a complete fucking lie. Sooner or later, it's not going to make any difference. So at this point, this is probably the peak of graphical production. It probably is. You know, buying a clearer television, what do I have to see through people's skin? Like, how much clearer can it possibly get?
Of having sat at someone's...
And what's the point? Who cares? You know, like, at some point it has to stop. So this is probably going to be like the last iteration of a console's evolution in terms of processing. It probably is. Sooner or later, the graphics cards and the microchips are going to burn out. Sooner or later, it's just going to be too much, and you're not going to be able to really get anything out of what you're doing, other than like issues. So I do want science, though. Let's do science. So I mean, to make a big deal about like more processing power on the Sony PlayStation, the 5 you just said was 4K, 120 frames. What was the 5 Pro? And now they're trying to like announce a 6. Dude, your company's lucky if it's standing on its own 2 feet. They tried to buy out From Software. From Software completely turned them down. And now we know why, because they were making this Dust Blood game for the Nintendo Switch. And so probably what's going to happen with From Software is it might become like I don't want to say a Monolith Soft, because Monolith Soft was like on its way out. Like Nintendo pretty much bought it up from nothing. But it's probably going to be like a Rare for a while, where it's going to be making Nintendo exclusives. And I think that makes sense because they're a Japanese company. Nintendo is like Disney in Japan. It reigns supreme. So there's a lot of respect there for Nintendo in Japan. And I just think that From Software might make Dust Blood, but Dust Blood could be the last of it. It could be just like Shin Megami Tensei 5 or Monster Hunter. What was the one? Monster Hunter Rise, where it started as an exclusive on a Nintendo console and then became like PC, then Sony and all that stuff. It's a possibility. Bloodborne is still just PlayStation 4, 5, and PC. But yeah, Sony's having real trouble. And one of the main reasons is because they keep trying to appeal. They're a Japanese company that keeps trying to appeal to the United States and win gaming awards on movies and shit. And Japan's like, no, not having that. They keep trying to buy shit out and they get turned down. It's like, they might become like Sega where they're just making games for Nintendo. And really, that would be full circle because the fact that the Nintendo 64, well, the Sony PlayStation 1 was supposed to be a collaboration effort with Nintendo and Sony. And then Nintendo backed out and did the 64, and then Sony made the PlayStation. So really it would make sense if Sony becomes like, Sony starts making games for Nintendo. I mean, I don't want any of their fucking games. Yeah, no, that's it. That's what it's been. That's what it's been for the past however many years. Switch sold about 150 million consoles. It killed it. I'm not even sure if PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series 1 combined sold that many. But the Switch, it's really Switch and PC, like you're saying. And if you can start modifying shit on the Switch too, probably just be down to the Switch. Microsoft already has an exclusivity deal with Nintendo. Like they're bringing like Modern Warfare and shit or whatever they have to the Switch. Like they're bringing that in. You know, they've already talked about this. And really what it comes down to, man, is people want to make games. Especially like unless you're exclusive like your Nintendo or your Sony, people want to make games for a console that's going to sell. They don't want to make games for a console that's not going to sell. You know, this is why the Wii U didn't get any third-party support. This is, you know, they want to make sure that their games are going to... That and the operating system was kind of off. But, you know, like, it's all about making money. And they know that Nintendo now is, like, the place to be. It's just obvious. So, you know, with the way the Switch worked for everybody, and that was without the technology. Now that they have the technology, they can bring Street Fighter... Like, Capcom always wants to port for Nintendo. Always. That's been since the dawn of video gaming. It's always been Capcom with Nintendo. Always. So when it came to Street Fighter, they wanted to release 4 and 5 on the Switch, but Nintendo Switch, I don't think... It could totally handle 4. It's just they didn't want it. I think it was because it was too old. They didn't think it was going to make any money. 5, I think it was a lot to do with the processing power, but I think the Switch could have still done it, more or less. It did Mortal Kombat 1. Not well, but... Yeah, no, it doesn't even make any difference. Especially when you play these indie games that look like 8-bit and 16-bit games. It's like, okay, what's the point of graphics? I mean, look, I'll be the first to tell you, when I was watching the treehouse of them playing Bonanza and then playing Metroid Prime 4, I went, yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to see. You know, I'll admit, a little disappointed when I found out the Switch One was not going to compete with the graphical prowess and everything of the 5 and the Xbox One, because I'm just like, look, as a Nintendo guy, I've been loyal to Nintendo. I've loved Nintendo since I was a kid. They're the only video games I'll really play now. I was always a sports guy. I always wanted to hang out with women and, you know, play sports with my friends and beat guys up. You know, play baseball and football and shit like video games. It's a fringe enjoyment. It's something I did when I was in school and I was done with my homework and it was winter time, and, you know, it's not something like I don't live through it. It's not something I need. But now I kind of need it because I'm trying to get somewhere with it. But what I'm saying is that video games for me, you have to impress me. And when it came to the original concept of the Switch, I was like, all right, I love the idea of playing docked and whatever, because Nintendo finally nailed it. Since they've been trying to do this for years with the GameCube, the Game Boy, and everything. But, like, it would have been nice if the graphics were up to speed. Get rid of that. I can't get rid of that? Nah, you bastard. Oh, no, it already has that. You didn't see? You have a mic. You can get a camera and superimpose yourself. You can have private chats with your friends and stuff like that. You can talk to the console. The console has a mic that can pick up your voice from like 20 feet away, 10, 20 feet away. I mean, the online support is there. So you don't have to download an application and talk that way, and you don't need a headset. You can just talk through the TV and through your console and your controller. There's a C button that they added to the Joy-Cons and to the Pro-Con. And the Pro-Con looks sick, man. I want that Pro-Con immediately. Yep. Absolutely. The docked version is 1080 and 30 to 60 frames. The OLED is like 720 at max. But the docked is 1080. But yeah, no, you press the C button and then you can communicate. You can set up a private party. You can, like, there's a camera you can buy where you superimpose yourself like all the big streamers usually did. You know, instead of having a box of themselves with OBS and you see like where they superimpose themselves with a green screen, it can do that with just this camera thing. And it's so, yeah, no, this is it, man. This is everything you need. Yeah, no, if you get a chance, you might want to watch again the direct reveal, because they were going through the whole communication thing. They were going through the whole chat thing, and the camera and how it works. And yeah, so the whole online, I was telling my friend that because we're playing Overwatch 2 online on Tuesday nights just to hang out and everything. And I told him with the Switch 2, I can communicate with you. And I'm going to give him my Switch 1 for his son. So if he wanted, he could play Overwatch 2 on Switch 1, and I could play with him on Switch 2. And, you know, we could just do it that way. Or he can still play. He plays on PC mostly. So, so yeah, no, it's got. I want to get that camera, and I want to do that thing where you superimpose yourself. I could put it right where the mic is, or sort of like underneath it, and I could like show you guys. I'll do that when I'm playing like either a competitive game or I'm playing like a From Software game, so I can lose my mind and you can see it in full HD real time. Yeah, no, this console is the last stop console, man. This is like it. The only thing from here would be Nintendo making a third one that would be like even better graphics, which again, as we were saying, it doesn't matter at some point. 2,500 gold per turn. Once again, man, those popular channels like Potato McWhiskey and Ursa Ryan, and they don't get competitive. In fact, Ursa Ryan was playing a game with the Roman holiday modifications that are supposed to make the computer characters even more like aggressive or whatever, and he finally was competing with their numbers, their yields. Their yields almost looked like these. They weren't this, but they almost looked like this. So he has to get on his version of PC play of this game, he has to get a modification that makes it more difficult to play, and then he has to get it, like, you know... Let me see. I want to get mass product combustion. He has to get that even modified more so. Just to make it look like this. Oh yeah, no, that's what it's gonna do. And I was saying, like, I was having that conversation with somebody, and I was, my mother, and I was saying how, like, she was saying, well, aren't they getting paid by these companies? I'm going, yeah, that's some of it. And some of it's just that they're pathetic geeks that just want to be like the cool kids. And if the Switch 2 and Nintendo, which was always thought of to be the kids' console, because look, when the original Switch was announced, it was like, well, the graphics, all that shit, it's garbage. It's not going to sell. They didn't keep up with the graphics. Right? Even Game Informer was like, oh, they should have, it's disappointing to see that the graphics aren't up to speed and everything like that. They should have done this after the Wii U's, debacle and whatever. And then the Switch sold over 150 million consoles, or almost 150 million consoles. Some of their games are some of the highest sold games in the history of gaming. Like Mario Kart 8 on the Switch is like the third highest selling game of all time. And they just absolutely sold. Then like Nintendo releases a movie in 1 month, it makes over $1 billion. Like it was just obvious Nintendo won. It was just obvious, like they always do. So now that they caught up, well, now they're thieves because they're charging too much for games. Somebody even has a video. Where's Mario? They blew the launch at the beginning, like they blew it at the launch. I'm going, Mario Kart, what are you talking about? They have 2 Mario games in the works right now. There's Odyssey 2, and there's another one that they were talking about that's probably going to be refined in the next Direct. Like, what are you talking? They have Mario games. Why is that a problem? You just saw all this AAA support. You just saw Hades 2 is coming out. You just saw like Cyberpunk 2077 without all the game-destroying bugs and all the DLC and everything that made everyone start playing it again now. Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out on the Switch. That's happening sooner or later. These are games that a company like Larian launched Divinity 2 on the Switch 2, on the Switch 1. That they're going to give them Baldur's Gate 3. Like, every game that's worth buying is going to be on the Switch 2. And you saw it announced, Elden Ring, a From Software exclusive, and you guys are obsessed with From Software. All the games that they announced, and you tell me they blew the launch? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now you're making up shit. How'd they blow the launch? You haven't even seen everything yet. Metroid Prime 4 was announced for the end, somewhere in the middle end of this year. Like, what are you talking about? Upgraded games on day one. Like, how did they blow the launch? Because there's no Mario game? There is. It's not Mario, but it's got his name in it. He's in the game. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's horseshit, man. It's just horseshit. That's why I say, look, don't get it then. Leave it for me. I'll handle it. Here's another artifact. Just, yep, I don't even look. Full acceptance, zero influence. I don't even need this influence now. Are there any others? I mean, there was a militant one there. There's an economic one somewhere. Oh, culture. Sweet. In fact, I can do that. And I can do that. Rail station. Yeah, like, I don't want to talk like a friggin' nerd or a geek or a fanboy. I'm just saying that it's pathetic. It's petty. And listen, I have not looked forward to anything like I'm looking forward to this since I was in my 20s, all right? I'm a 46-year-old disillusioned old fart that has, nothing and wants to complain to everybody about it. And I'm freaking out about the pre-order day. I'm freaking out about getting my pre-order. I'm freaking out about getting day one. Like, I'm just going nuts. I'm like watching all this shit about it. All right. We'll pick this up tomorrow. I should be on regular time in the afternoon. Maybe a little later. I'll have more to discuss with this. Till then.